Good evening, everyone. Welcome to yet another program of Pradigna. So I welcome you all to this program. Let us start the introductory session. So this is why we are here, the introductory session of a new program called as Prakrishtam. And we have faculties Dr. Kiradamurthy sir, Dr. Abhilash, and Dr. Ashwati for this program. And let's begin. So if you are new to this platform, we always start with giving you an idea about how we started and what are the previous programs that Pradigna has conducted. This what you see on the screen is the first program that we conducted on cosmetology. Next was on Panchakarma. Kerala Panchakarma was our second program. Agnikarma was another program. Clinical utility of Uttaravasti, specific to the gynecological problems. The course was conducted. Another session of cosmetology aromatherapy was conducted. This is a unique program called Yeshana. I'm very sure those who are already here, those who are know Pradigna, all know about this program. This is a special program on the clinical methods and prescriptions in Ayurveda. Vastikarma particularly was taken as it is obviously the Ardha Chikitsa. Subalyam was another program on the pediatric aspects of Ayurveda. Ritu Samiksha was a program on the gynecological and obstetric parts of Ayurveda. Sparsha was a program on the dermatological conditions or dermatological disorders and its treatment, its management in Ayurveda. Rakta Mokshana was a unique program on Rakta Moksha. Rudhiram was a program on Rakta Mokshana. Again, the second batch of Kerala Panchakarma was taken after that. Cosmetology also, the second part was taken. Brihat Saptaha was a unique program where we had a class on 21 days, for 21 days. 7 days each Samhita, the Brihat Rais, we have taken for 7 days. Like that 21 days program was there. We had 17 members, 17 faculties for that. Agnikarma second batch was thereafter, and Art of Infertility Management was another program that we conducted. Uttravasti second batch, aromatherapy again was taken, and Niramaya was a program on rheumatological conditions and its management in Ayurveda. Meha was another program on Prameha or diabetes and its management in Ayurveda. Sirajam was the recent program that we just completed. It was on varicose veins and its management in Ayurveda. Now, yeah, these are some of the feedbacks that our participants gave us after participating in our programs. I thank each and every one of the participants who have helped us to reach more people and grow. Thanks to all of you. Again, a few of the feedbacks from our participants. So this is how you can reach us, www.pradigna.com, and you can reach us at email at pradigna@gmail.com. So we'll start the program. So we usually have all the teachers who are presenting, who will be teaching or taking classes during the sessions here, and they will be going through or they will be giving you an idea about what they are going to, take the topics. They will be explaining to you so that there's no middleman in that. So the teacher will explain what are the subjects that will be present. They will be presenting. So the first teacher, of course, is our own Kiradamurthy sir. Let me introduce Professor Kiradamurthy sir before I hand it over to him. Almost all programs in Pradigna, sir is always we have the blessing of sir. So Professor Kiradamurthy PP worked as a professor and HOD in the Department of Samhita and Siddhanta at VPSV Ayurveda College, Kottakkal. Secured his UG from Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, PG in Kaya Chikitsa from Government College of Indian Medicine, Mysore. He has a teaching experience of more than 32 years, starting from 1986 to till date, and guiding the PG scholars at VPSV Ayurveda College, Kottakkal. He is the chief editor of Bishak News, Subhoda, and Satayanam. Worked as a co-editor for the literature Concept of Mind, member Board of Studies, University of Calicut, member of Vagbada Sarani, served as a chairman of Board of Exam for many times, coordinator of Foreign Studies, VPSV Ayurveda College and Duisburg University, chief editor of Bishak News, member of Board of Studies PG Kuhas, member secretary, VPSV Ayurveda College Council, Kottakkal, guest lecturer Hasti Ayurveda course at Guruvayur, director of research activities Duisburg University, SN, and VPSV College Kottakkal, research guide of PG studies at the VPSV Ayurveda College Kottakkal, member ethics committee VPSV Ayurveda College Kottakkal 2014 and 2015. So with all the respect, I give hand over to Kiranoti sir for his introduction. Thank you, sir.
Dear participants and also the conducting faculties, Dr. Shyam Mohan, Dr. Rahul, and all others. I'm very much thankful to you for inviting me for such a good task of teaching the Ayurveda to the public and also the doctors. Thank you very much. I shall just tell about what I will be speaking in the next coming session. The Ayurveda as such is based upon systemic holism, while the modern medicine depends upon analytic reductionism. That's entirely different philosophies on which we are the science develops. So Ayurveda as such sees an organomegaly or a disease of organ as in a holistic approach, that is the whole body is affected from the only one disease in an organ comes. But in modern medicine, when an organ is affected, they see the organ as such and they see as analytic reductions of what has happened for that organ, what cells are affected, everything. But we see that there is a cause deep in the body and mind which causes this disease. So when we go into the depth of the disease, we find out that many of the disorders are genetic, and modern science has come out with that genetic material is the cause for that. So there is a science called system biology, which depends upon the genetic configuration of the human being and how the disease develops. So we also say that Prakriti is depending upon the sperm and ovum when they are uniting and forming zygote. From there, the Prakriti develops. So, Visheneva Vishakramehe Taischa Tisra Prakritayoho. Three types of Prakritis originate from the at the time of fertilization itself, and it is a genetic makeup that will be always going through all the years in the lifespan. So we have very much concept in diagnosis and causation and also treatment. The Prakriti is very much involved. So we had a study about this in the PG studies. One of my students took this, an example I shall tell you, PCOD, what is the relation between the Prakriti. So we found out many things from that. Some of the Prakriti is only getting the disease as PCOD, and we have done it. I will be telling details of it in the original class we will be taking. And we know that the disease, Satya Satyata, when it is explaining the prognosis, the Prakriti has a special role in it. So we say different, when a Vata Prakriti gets Vata disorder, it will be grave. So we should know what is the Prakriti and how it has relation with the disease. So this is very much intimately. That is why in the 10 types of diagnosis, Prakriti dascha, Vikriti dascha, Sara dascha. Prakriti is the first thing we have to diagnose. It's not a disease, but it has a relation between the disease occurring in a person. So some of the Prakritis, some of the personality traits get some of the diseases and others do not get. So we have to see for the curative aspect also and preventive aspect also. When we diagnose a Vata Prakriti, we can take some of the preventive aspect, preventive medicine, so that it will not cause the disease. So we have very much described about the Prakriti and the disease pattern. In the treatment methodology also, we are very much specific about it. So, Prameha comes for a disease when different Prakritis, the Kapha Prakriti getting Prameha and Vata Prakriti getting Prameha, the prognosis differs and the treatment methodology also differs. All these things need a wide study, and we will be delivering it in the next class about what are the causative factors in the Nidana Panchaga, where we will be in the diagnosis and also treatment methodology about how much the Prakriti is important. We shall come into the real class when we will. So please join us at the time of real class. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Thank you for that. Always a pleasure to hear you, sir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how we do things here is, there are some students who will be having much more doubts. So what we do is we form a WhatsApp group. Dr. Rahul will be posting a link to a WhatsApp group where all the details of the program will be given. If you can see in the chat box, Dr. Rahul has posted a link. You can click on that and join a WhatsApp group where all the details like the brochure, even this video, if you have come in late, the video will be posted so that you can go back, listen to the teachers, and then make an informed decision. So this is, but this will only be for used for getting an idea about this program. Okay, so now let's move on to the next teacher. We have Dr. Ashwati V with us. So, let me hand over to Dr. Ashwati V in a second. Before I hand it over, let me introduce her. Dr. Ashwati V, BAMS, MD, Ayurveda, currently working as assistant professor at Kriya Shariran Department, Government Ayurveda College. Completed her BAMS from Government Ayurveda College, Trivandrum, and MD in Kriya Shariram from Government Ayurveda College, Trivandrum. She has a teaching experience of more than 3 years. She has presented papers and has been a resource person at national and international level. So let me call upon Dr. Ashwati V to present, introduce her this one. Dr. Ashwati, how do you, madam?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the introduction. So that I can explain it well. Hope you can see. Sir, hello?
Yes, doctor, we can. It is coming. Yes.
Okay, fine. So, Prakriti in Samhitas. So let me begin with why. Hope you can see.
Yes.
Okay, let me begin with why we need this session. Okay, why we need this session. So, why we need the session Prakriti in Samhitas. So ultimately, Prakriti is a concept which is derived from our Samhitas. So to understand the concept, you need to look into the Samhitas. So how you look into the Samhitas? You need to look at the Samhitas with the Prakriti as keyword. So you all are familiar with the Google search engine. So if you want to search a thing, you need to type the keyword, right? So here the Prakriti is a keyword. So I use Prakriti as keyword to go through the Samhitas and to collect the knowledge. And so what exactly is this Prakriti? So you can see the mother duck there and the ducklings which is following. So nobody told the ducklings to follow this mother duck. So just like that, Prakriti's instinct, your instinct, the unpolished instinct. So that is Prakriti. And how we derive it, how we derive the conclusion, we will look into the Samhitas for this conclusion. And then Why is this Prakriti important? So you can see the weighing balance there, and one limb of the balance is down, right? So just like that, our Prakriti, in our Prakriti, due to the doshic imbalance in our Prakriti, there is an imbalance in doshas, okay? And the balance of doshas is what we call what? Arogya. You know that Samadosha, Samaknisha, Samadadu, Malakriya. So the balance is Arogya. And what is Prakriti? It is an inherent dosha vitiation that produces a disequilibrium. So to study the disequilibrium is very important. Why? Because we can improve the disequilibrium, we can rectify the disequilibrium by doing the opposite qualities, by closely following the Ritucharya, by doshobakramiam, all those things we can rectify the dosha disequilibrium, and we can follow arogya. So that is why we need the session Prakriti in Samhitas. That means we go through the Samhitas with Prakriti as keyword, and wherever Prakriti is mentioned in Samhitas, I grasp that content and I put this in this presentation. Okay. And next is we will be discussing Prakriti under 9 headings. The Nirukti of Prakriti, the definition of Prakriti, the formation of Prakriti, then what are the factors determining the genesis of Prakriti, then characteristics of Prakriti, then Prakriti Pariksha, detective nature of the concept Prakriti, then utility of Prakriti, and relevant other references with respect to the Prakriti across the classics. Let me tell you. So first we will be discussing about the Nirukti of Prakriti. So why Nirukti need to be discussed? Because Prakriti means Prakriti. Kriti means creation. Pra is a prefix added to it. So why pra prefix is added to it? So like that, and in Charaka Samhita it is described Prakriti Swabhavam. So every derivation there is a reason for every derivation. So we need to look into that to understand the concept of Prakriti. Then we will be discussing about the definition of Prakriti. You know that every Acharya has defined Prakriti. So in Charaka Samhita, it is in Sutra Sthanam Navegan Dharani Adhyayam, where Acharya has described the exercise like that, all the Vegas, etc. And then in Sushruta Samhita, it is described in Sharira Sthanam, Garbha Vyakaranam Shariram. In Ashtanga Hridayam, it is described in Sutra Sthanam. So we will be discussing closely the definition of Prakriti. And then formation of Prakriti. As beloved Dr. Kiradamurthy has told, it is Shukla Arthavasya Janmado Vishayaneva Vishakrame. So by analyzing Prakriti, by splitting the slokas into simpler points, and you need to clarify all those things. What is Shukla Arthava Samyogam? So what does Shukla mean? What does Arthava mean? Then according to Sustrada, it is a dosha utkada present in Shukla and Arthava. So what exactly is this dosha utkada? Whether it is chaya or whether it is prakopa. So what this utkada dosha in bija is whether it is chaya or it is prakopa. You know that dosha vriddhi is 2 types, which is chaya and prakopa. And how this utkada is produced in bija, it is very important, because if we know the utkadada, if we know how the utkadada is produced in bija, we could use it for pre-conceptional care. So for the health of the next progeny. So you need to look the sloka in that way too. Then how dosha utkadada is manifested. So you all know the reference like bija, yasya yasya bije, bija bhage, upatapto bhavanti, tasya tasya anga avayavasya hi vikritam upajayate, na upajayate. So like that, how this dosha utkadada is manifested. We have seen that mridu atra madrujam rekta mamsa majja gudadigam. You have certain maternal contents, you have certain paternal contents. And whether the maternal contents, if the mother is Kaba Prakriti, whether the maternal contents are Kaba Prakriti, so you can closely look all these, you can closely find all these things in the Vyakyanas. Then, how does the magnitude of dosha differs in Prakriti and Vikriti? We have seen that if we take Vata Viharas, Vadalaihi Bhaved Garbaha, Kubja, Anda, Jada, Vamanaha. So whether Kubja, Anda, Jada, Vamana is at a Vikriti or is at a Prakriti, and what is the difference? What is the magnitude of dosha in that? Then how many types of Prakriti? Some Acharyas say it is 3, then 5, then 7. We will closely go into the types of Prakriti. Then about the health status of different Prakriti. We have seen that Kaba Prakriti is Balavan, it is Dirghayu. Dirghayu here means more than 100 years, okay? And then Pitta Prakriti is Madhyamayu, Vada Prakriti is Alpayu. So why this Ayu Pramana is different for different Prakritis? That we will closely look. Then we will discuss about the factors determining genesis of Prakriti. I think all of you is familiar with all these things like Shukla Shonida Prakriti, how the paternal Prakriti will determine the Prakriti of the offspring. Then how Shonita will determine. Then Kala Prakriti, whether it is the antenatal period, Adana or Visarga Kala. So what happens when a lady carries Garbha in Adana Kala, or when a lady carries Garbha in Visarga Kala? All these things are written in our classics. Then about Garbhashya Prakriti, if the Garbha happens in Ritu Kala, or if it is in Ritu Vyatita Kala, what happens to the offspring? Then Madhura Ahara Vihara Prakriti, we very well know that in Susruta Samhita Sharasanam, third chapter, based on the food, based on the many qualities of fetus is changed. So we will discuss that. Madhura Ahara Vikara Prakriti, how is it going to affect the child? Then Mahabhuta Vikara Prakriti, we will be discussing all those things. And then we will discuss about the characteristics of each Prakriti individual, which is a very peculiar thing in our Shastra. So you know that Vada Prakriti differs in physical characters, physiological characters, psychological characters, and in longevity and strength. The three Prakritis are extremely different. Vada Prakriti is different, Pitta Prakriti is different. What are the qualities of Pitta Prakriti? What about the sleep of Pitta Prakriti? All those things we will be discussing in this point. Characteristics of each Prakriti individuals. Then we'll be discussing separately about the gunas that is said by Charakacharya. You all know that Charakacharya described Prakriti on the basis of gunas, and what are the individual gunas, and why Acharya classified those lakshanas under individual gunas. That I then we will be discussing about Prakriti Pariksha, how we will assess Prakriti in an OP point of view. See, you very well know that Ashtasthana Pariksha, like you can Nadi, Mutram, Malam, Jihva, Shabdan, Sparsham, Drik, Akriti, and on the basis of this Ashtasthana Pariksha, you know what Vadavahi nadis, what Pitta affected nadis, what Kabha affected nadis. The only thing is you need to identify whether it is Prakriti or Vikriti. So if it is Vikriti, you can clarify it there Vikriti. You can write just as Vikriti. If it is Prakriti, you get a hint of what Prakriti is the patient, what Prakriti that patient is. So we'll be discussing Prakriti Pariksha on the basis of this Ashtasthana Pariksha, which is written in our Yoga Ratnakara. Then we will see about the detective nature of the concept Prakriti. You know the Prakriti, as Dr. Kiradamurti sir said, Prakriti is the first thing which is mentioned by Acharya Charaka in Pariksha. So why this Prakriti is mentioned? Because by analyzing Prakriti, you can get hints of Saram, you can get hints of Samhananam, you can get hints of Sattvam. So how will you assess Saram? Why? Because you know that Vata is a Ruksha dosha. So Vata, in the Vata predominant individuals, the Ruksha Dhatus or the Ruksha Dhatus will be, the Ruksha Dhatvagnis will be not very much active. So the Sarada will be, Saram means Rasam, Riktam, Mamsam, Made Sasti Maja Shuklam. All those Dhadus we don't have. We have only one Ruksha Dhatu, which is Asti. Rest of them are all Sniktha Dhadus. So what about the Sara of a Vada Prakriti individual? It will be Alpa. Why? Because he is having less genetic things for development of the Sniktha Dhadus. Okay, like that we will get hints regarding various things under the heading of Prakriti, like Saram, Samhanam, Sattvam, Satmyam, Aharam, and Balam. And then we'll be discussing about the utility of Prakriti. So why do we need to study this Prakriti? So daily affairs as a person. So you need to study Prakriti because we normally we can't say a person you don't take sweet, you don't take ghee because it may lead to diabetes, it may lead to hypercholesteremia. You can't say that. Why? Because if you are a Vata Prakriti person, you are Satmya to that. You need to take that, otherwise you will be developing some Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. So like that, daily affairs, in order to maintain your daily affairs, in order to maintain your health, you need the utility of Prakriti. Then for a good progeny, if you're a Vata Prakriti person, if you don't want your child to be a Vata predominant child, you can carry a preconceptional regimen to reduce your Vata, right? So like that, we can discuss that on that heading. And then Rasayana selection. See, we can see a slokam like Balyam Rithi Chavi Metha. This is a slogan from Ashtanga Sangraham, where it describes in 10 years you are losing all these things. So you know that Vata Prakriti is having Alpayu and it is below 100. It is said, Acharya says that Vata Prakriti person, he lives when the longevity is 120 years. When the longevity is supposed to be 120 years, a Kabha Prakriti person will live for above 100 years, Pitta Prakriti 100 and Vata Prakriti below 100. So based on that assumption, Balya Vritti Chave Meda, all these things will be lesser. I mean, will decrease immediately for a Vada Prakriti person. So you need to start Rasayanas. immediately for Vada Prakriti person. Don't wait for the 10 years, don't wait for the 20 years for Vritti, don't wait for the 30s to for the Chavi to lose. So like that. So we'll be discussing in that. Then other references like Sir said Sukhasadya Lakshanam, Atulya Prakriti, then Prakrita Vikaram, then Agni in all these Prakritis. Then how will you fix dose? Then what are the drugs indicated and contraindicated in various Prakritis? All these things we'll be discussing. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ashwati. Wonderful introduction of the topic. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, we'll be, Dr. Rahul is posting a link to WhatsApp chat, which you can click and join a WhatsApp chat, where all the details of this program will be given. Even the this recording will be also given tomorrow by evening, so that it will be easier for you to go back, listen to the teachers, and then make an informed decision. So let me now go to the final teacher, and it is Dr. Abhilash. And Dr. Abhilash is a main reason why we are conducting this program. It is his motivation that made us do this program. So let me now introduce Dr. Abhilash. Dr. Abhilash M. currently working as assistant professor at Kriya Shariram Department, Government Ayurveda College, Tripunithura. Completed his BAMS from Calicut University, MD from Kannur University, and currently doing PhD under Kerala University of Health Sciences. He has been a part of several public service and consulting activities. He has published so many books and scientific papers. He has won several awards for his excellence and has clinical expertise in personalized medicine, immunological disorders, lifestyle diseases, and acid peptic disorders. So without further ado, let me call upon Abhilash, Dr. Abhilash. Dr. Abhilash?
Good evening to all.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Am I audible? Clear?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Please continue. Thank you.
Okay. I have been working on these aspects of fundamental research in Ayurveda for the last almost 10 years. And recent work regarding this, in the last 2 years, I have completed a work on development of a tool, clinically useful tool for Prakriti assessment. The motivation behind this work was we are having many tools for the assessment of Prakriti. We are having many softwares. You may be heard of IuSoft, one software developed by CDAC Pune. And this type of softwares are there, but none of them can be used in a clinical setting. In our OPD, we cannot use a lengthy questionnaire or lengthy software to take case for Prakriti assessment only for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. You can afford this one. So I was thinking in the line that if we can consolidate the features of different Prakritis related to different gunas, means these gunas will be altered in disease conditions also. So this, if such a tool is developed, it can be applied in clinical conditions also. So this thought motivated me to do this work on clinically useful tool development for Prakriti assessment. And I have developed this tool under the funding of KUHS, and I have published the article in a Web of Science indexed journal. I will share the link of the article. May I share the link in chat box?
Yes, you may, please.
Okay. Okay, I have shared the link. Means the details are there in this article. So you can go through the article and you can work on these concepts, and you can ask the doubts in the classes. So you can prepare for the doubts. That's why I have shared this article. Okay, then means regarding this concept of Prakriti, Ayurveda means every time we tell that Ayurveda is a personalized medicine. Ayurveda is a unique medicine. You cannot prescribe same medicine to all the individuals because it depends upon different individuals. Like that we tell every time. But these individual differences are actually we can categorize these individual differences. That is why the concept of Prakriti is very much important. Because we are having many other Rogi Pariksha tools are there, like Sattam, Satmyam, Samhananam, all these are there. But none of them are that much linked with our disease and health conditions like Prakriti. So Prakriti is it's developed from the doshas, and it can accommodate the gunas. So the disease and health conditions you can can be depending upon the status of Prakriti or the nature of Prakriti. So this Prakriti is very much important, and the entire concept of personalized medicine when applied in Ayurveda can be achieved only through the concept and application of Prakriti. That's why Prakriti is very much important. And by consolidating these Prakriti aspects, or examining this Prakriti concept in different layers, we can develop a unique concept in our mind that we can approach with this newer or rather means more integrated approach of approaching a patient with this personalized medicine and Prakriti concepts, so that you can make changes according to each Prakriti. You can make changes in your prescriptions, make changes in the procedures to be done like that. So it is the very basic importance of this understanding and application of Prakriti. So I will be discussing about how this Prakriti can connect, means the clinical application and the basic theories regarding Prakriti. How can we connect in real practice? All these aspects I will be discussing in 3 sessions. Okay, I think it's enough.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Abhilash. Wonderful introduction. So, Dr. Abhilash has given us a link, and I have reposted it again. So, if you are interested, if you can check it out. That'll be his, the link that he was talking about. Now, let me just give you a basic idea about the program that we'll be conducting, and also we'll go through some of the doubts that you will be having. If you have any doubts, please do ask in the chat box, and we'll try to answer answer the doubts. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a program that we are going to start on the 13th of this month. I'll give you the details. Yeah. 13th we'll be starting the program till 17th. So that will be 6 classes, I believe. 5 classes, sorry. 5 classes will be 10 hours class. 3 faculties are there. Access to recordings will be given for around 6 months. We'll be also forming a WhatsApp group with the participants and with the teachers, so that when they start practicing this what they have learned in the class, they'll have doubts, and that doubts will be cleared in that WhatsApp group. Now I've had nowadays the patients have they come to us already informed about Prakriti and all the basics of Ayurveda, or about the disease also, and they ask us what type of Prakriti they are. And if you're finding it difficult to assess the Prakriti of the patient, I think you should attend this, and this will also help you in clinicals also. Dr. Kavita, we will be sharing this recording by tomorrow in that WhatsApp group. Dr. Rahul will be posting a link to that WhatsApp group in the chat box. You can click on the link and join a WhatsApp group where the brochure, the details of the program. If you're coming late to this meeting, do not worry. We will post this video also again, so that you can go back and listen to the teachers and again, and then decide upon joining or not. And if you have any friends or colleagues who are interested in joining this course, please do forward this to them, so that they will also be benefited. So I'll just I believe all the details of the course is given. The course fee is 699 for everyone. So usually we had previously we used to have different rates for different the participants and all, but now we have fixed it at 699. I hope it is clear. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the chat box. Dr. Rahul, Dr. Anjana, have I missed anything?
Sir, can you please change the slide to the syllabus?
Okay, very sorry. So this is a syllabus that we'll be taking. The topics each doctor will be taking in the classes. So this, do not worry, we will be posting all the brochure, this curriculum, everything will be posted in the WhatsApp group that Dr. Rahul is posting a link to. I hope it is clear. If you want to, you can take a screenshot of this. Okay, so these are the numbers. If you have any suggestions or concerns, you can contact us in this number. This is my number, 960-550-9999. Dr. Anjana Unnikrishnan is another partner, 9446967638. Dr. Rahul Jaishankar, 812-98-76622. I hope there are no doubts, because the teachers were very clear in what they are going to take. I hope everything is cleared. Is there anything that I forgot to add? You want to add, Dr. Rahul, Dr. Anjana?
Nothing, sir.
Okay, I think there are no more doubts. So thank you all for joining. So we just want to leave you with a positive note. Work hard in silence. Let success make the noise. Is what we have the message for you. And these are the partners of Pradignya, Dr. Anjana Unnikrishnan, Dr. Rahul J, and myself, Dr. Shyam. So this is our motto: keep learning, keep growing, and that's how we want to leave you with. Yeah, there are a few questions. Please cover in your next session related to medicine. Yes, definitely we will inform everyone like this. How these courses will help in first year. First years, actually, this is a topic which is starting. You just learn this. This is a basic. This you learn in first year. So if you want to learn this, well, that is when you need to join this. Okay, it is not only for people who are practicing. You see, after when you are practicing a special branch or different kind of branch, you keep forgetting basics. So this can be a refresher course for other people. This can be a learning experience for the first years also. So it is up to you to decide if you want it or not. If you have already learned what Prakriti is and all the details about that, your teachers have already taken it. If you think that you have doubts, if you think you need to learn more, this is a course for you. Yes, Dr. Kavita, I think you have our number. If you have any doubts, please do contact us. I'll just show it once again. Please note these numbers. Just take a screenshot just for any future questions or queries, so that you can contact us directly, and we'll help you out. I'm not clear about your doubt, that's why. Okay. So I think that's it. Let us end the program now. So thank you all. Again, keep learning, keep growing. Okay. Thank you all. Good night.